Imagine coming home to your wife, getting absolutely pounded by a stranger, rupture and defense, and find.
Welcome to my channel. My name is Kat to the 7th, and I'll be your host today. Okay. So someone said to watch this. Imagine coming home to your wife. Okay. That's an interesting way to open this video, but okay. The title is These ZZZ characters are dead.
Imagine coming home to your wife, getting absolutely pounded by a stranger,
Interesting way to start. Respect. All right, let's just start over.
Imagine coming home to your wife, getting absolutely pounded by a stranger, screaming his name in a way she never called yours. That's what it feels like for many agents in Zenless Zone Zero. You go for them, they're amazing, they carry you, and then, out of nowhere, someone new drops who does everything they do, but better. Suddenly, your main is sitting on the chair, watching the replacement pound you from behind. In this video, we're going through every class in the game, support, stun, attack, anomaly,
I have got something in my eye. Okay.
Rupture and defense, and finding out who was sitting in the cock chair. But before we get into it,
was that the Orphe picture?
Rupture and defense, and find. So, without wasting any more time, let's just jump right in.
Stunners.
The stunners in ZZZ are in a good spot. I would say none of them have truly fallen off, and every single one has their own niche. But if there is one of them who I personally think is slowly falling behind, it's Qingyi. Since she was the first limited stunner, she was dealt a bad hand. Let's compare her to other stunners, shall we? Lighter gives buffs to fire and ice, and also extends the stun.
Do I agree? Qingyi's a stunner that's falling off. She's still okay with Zhu. I wouldn't say she's Juyan's best team. She hasn't been Juyan's best team in a while. She's still good with her. He's talking about, I can tell, no chat, he's talking about limited S ranks. I can already tell. The fact that, I'm pretty sure that he's talking about limited S ranks. He's not talking about standard agents or A ranks. At least I don't think he is. I'm assuming he's talking about limited S ranks is what I'm going to assume. Trigger and Fufu are a little bit more versatile than she is, but she still has her uses. I wouldn't say Qingyi's trash by any means. Yeah, you can use her with Hugo. It's a little bit of a pain to use Qingyi with Hugo because you know that Hugo team's already stunned super fast, and for Qingyi to get her full buff applied, she needs to do 2 charge attacks. And since you get the days refund after a totalize, it just makes it kind of difficult to sometimes get 2 charge attacks. There's times if you're using Qingyi with Hugo, you just literally cannot use Qingyi's ultimate. Otherwise, you'll just stun too fast and you won't have Qingyi's full buff applied. It's so annoying. Like, there's just sometimes you literally you'll be sitting on Qingyi's ultimate and like, I can't use this. I just can't use this. I'll stun too fast. I won't get her full buff applied. So it's a little bit annoying with Hugo, but it is what it is.
Duration. A spectral gaze has some decent def shred, and also there's an agent that comes attached with it, which has a massive booty. Fufu gives you crit damage buffs, and also buffs your ultimate at chain attacks, and also gives you your disables back. And what does Qingyi do? She increases your stun damage multiplier by a good amount. But nowadays stunners don't just stun, all of them, even damn Polkra, give you some out of stun buffs, and playing them isn't that complicated. But Qingyi's buff doesn't work outside of a stun, and you have to actually work for the damn buff, unlike some brain dead fuckers like Jufufu. And because of how the game has evolved, she only works in a few limited teams, like Harumasa, Jiyuan, Yishuan, and Hugo if you stretch it a little. She's still one of my all-time favorite characters. She's demanding, rewarding, and genuinely fun to play. I wouldn't change her core gameplay for anything, but if hoyoverse wants to draw her a few extra buffs, I wouldn't complain.
A little flames.
Okay, do we agree on that? Qingyi, she doesn't have that many like teams realistically, but She has her place.
There is only one anomaly.
You're talking about Burnice because the music and she's on the screen. Okay, Burnice people are going to get pissed off.
Was fallen off, and without a doubt, it's Miyabi. Nah, I'm joking, it's Burnice. She is an off-field anomaly agent which is supposed to make your job easier by giving you off-field disorders, but frankly, she feels bad to play. You have to manage 2 bars and she
feels bad to play? I always felt Burnice. I don't even have Burnice, but every time I have to use her to help someone clear their content for them on She or DA, I always felt she felt fine. She's pretty easy.
often gets hit when you're doing her X special, which is very damn annoying, but take everything I say about her and the next agent with a grain of salt because I don't have them. I only use her.
Ooh, there's a good chance that the comments might have said something about that in the comments down below. If you talk about a character and you don't have them, the comments will eat you alive. I know for a fact. That's just how the gacha community is. A lot of people, even though I go on a lot of tangents about Hugo, because everybody who watches my videos know I love Hugo. So every time I go on a tangent about him, and anytime I say, oh, Hugo's so ass, like, people don't really come after me because they're like, oh, this guy actually plays Hugo. But they also kind of know that I'm kind of joking. Like, I don't think Hugo's actually as terrible as I say. I over exaggerate. I just want Hugo to be a top tier agent and stay a top tier agent. So I just over exaggerate for one of my favorites. But yeah, if you don't have a character and and you talk about him, the comments will usually eat you alive.
On my friend's account when he can't clear and gain content, and I think most of my problems with her is because of a skill issue, and I will be pulling for her when she comes back because she's very hot and doesn't need all of that to deal off with damage. I'm just saying, out of all of the anomaly characters that
oh man, that's a very nice view. That's a yeah, I should pull
have
Burnice.
released, I think she has fallen off the most. Even though I don't have her, I think that's true.
Is Burnice the anomaly agent that fell off the most? I guess there's not many to choose from. If we're talking about limited agents, and if you have no choice to choose one, I guess it has to be Burnice, right? If you had a gun held to your head, it was like, pick the limited anomaly that fell off the quotations most, I guess you have to choose Burnice. I think there's no other option. I guess you could choose Jane, but I don't know. Jane actually feels pretty good with Vivian, and she also has the monophysical team. I guess you could choose Jane, but yeah, I don't think Burnice is bad. Burnice still feels fine. She feels perfectly fine to play. Yanagi? No, I wouldn't say Yanagi. Also, it just feels bad saying that these characters are dead when all of them still do fine. I don't think there's a truly dead limited agent in the game. If there's if the closest quote unquote dead limited agent in the game is probably Caesar. And even then, you can still clear the content with Caesar. I have to do it damn near every week when I'm helping someone. So like, I don't think there's any truly dead character in this game right now.
When it comes to defense agents, there's only really one character we can talk about, which is Caesar. Caesar is kind of rough. Honestly, I wouldn't recommend anyone to pull for her right now. Her buffs are way too generic, and in today's quick swap heavy meta,
hot take, Caesar feels so much more fun to play as a DPS than she does as a support. That is my hot fucking take. After being forced to play DPS Caesar on my own account multiple times by chat, that is my hot take. She is so much more fun as a fucking DPS, but god, she's meant to be a support.
we can't have a character's buff fall apart when you swap. When it comes to attack units, Hugo and Ellen have fallen off hard. Now, is it because they are bad or because something is fundamentally wrong with their design? Not really. Both of them are still solid. Hugo and Ellen have fallen off hard. Now, is
hey, I'm the only yo. I'm the only one who gets to say Hugo's trash, okay? No one else, okay? Okay, you don't get to say it, only I do. Okay, you leave my Hugo alone.
Because they are bad or because something is fundamentally wrong with their design? Not really. Both of them are still solid on their own. The problem is that Miyabi showed up and absolutely obliterated their relevance. Ever since her release, every piece of Ice favored content, especially leading up to 2.1, has basically screamed use Miyabi. She just does everything they do, but faster, smoother, and with better results. Sure, Hugo and Ellen can still perform decently in Shield defense, but in Deadly Assault they are completely outclassed. Bringer and Butcher don't really favor them, their disc options are limited, and to make things worse, both of them are heavily dependent on lighter to actually function at their best. So honestly, unless you plan on pulling light,
we have to clear for people's Hugo all the time. I would say Hugo is easily one of the characters I have to use on people's accounts when I'm having to like clear their end game for them. He's one of the most used it's actually kind of crazy like how many people that need like help clearing the end game actually have Hugo. Have y'all noticed that? Like go through like my account reviews on my channel and also just my stream vlogs, because obviously not every single account review gets uploaded because I've done well over 300 and I have nowhere near 300 uploaded on my channel. But Hugo is one of the characters that I have to use quite often when helping people clear content. And they always have him at M0. And a lot of times they also don't have his signature. That is extremely common for clearing people's Shiyu defense and Deadly Assault with Hugos on my channel. They'll have Hugo and they don't have his signature. It's very common. And then another very common thing is like half of the Hugos also don't have lighter. Those Hugos we've had to clear without lighter, without signature on M0, those were rough. But we did it. That's the big part, right? At the end of the day, we still did it. Was it fun? No, but we cleared.
I would strongly recommend skipping these two. They are not bad, they are just victims of power creep and bad matchups. Hopefully the upcoming boss Wandering Hunter gives them a well-deserved chance to shine again. Unless it's just Rupture Shilling and you can't clear it without having Rupture, I don't know.
First off, we're about to talk about Kamano, and second off, how do y'all feel about that for attack agents? Ellen and Hugo? It feels really bad to say Ellen fell off after she just got buffed. That feels really bad to say. That feels really bad to say. You think Zhu fell off harder? Again, it feels weird saying fell off because, again, like all these characters can still clear. People do sometimes get upset when you can say can still clear because being able to clear is the bare minimum, right? For an agent. What's your bare minimum, chat, for an agent? I would assume clearing is the bare minimum for a lot of you. Is the bare minimum different for some of you? I'm curious. Yeah, clearing. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, 20k. Yep. Most of you, yeah. That's what most people say, right? Like the bare minimum is to 20k. That's what most people would say. So when you say, oh yeah, all these characters can still clear, some people will get upset and be like, well, that's like the bare minimum, right? But there will always be like character specialists like Rakuruk who can push their character to the limit with, you know, very optimized gameplay like Ben. But Raku also does have M2 lighter, but I don't think there's anything wrong with that. I don't know, how do you guys feel about vertical investment? I don't think there's anything wrong vertically investing in a character that you love. Like Rakuruk is a very good player who also vertically invested in his supports for his bin. And I don't think there's anything wrong with that. If you have the ability to vertically invest in to make your favorite character better, I don't think there's anything wrong with that. I guess I can keep using Raku as an example because I respect Raku. I actually talked to Raku, not as much as I used to, but I still talk to him. We actually chatted the other day. And him having an M2 lighter, sometimes people will say, oh, well, like that's extremely unrealistic because, you know, most players just won't have that. And you can't really deny that, right? Like vertically investing in lighter, most players who play bin won't have that. But at the end of the day, I still don't think it's a bad thing. As long as you don't use that level of investment as like a baseline, then it's perfectly fine. Like, as long as you don't start saying, oh, okay, like M2 lighter is what most bin players should strive for. As long as you don't say that, then it's perfectly fine. There's nothing wrong with vertically investing.
Right now, there are only 2 official Rapture agents in the game. We did Hari and Banyu set to join the Rapture gang later, and honestly, none of them have really fallen off yet. But if I had to name one who's sort of in a tight spot, it would be Manato, and to be clear, I'm only mentioning him because I'm covering every class. So why do people...
Okay, so it's just because he's covering every class. Are you going to... Okay, is Jazzroy going to say... because Banwei is a fire S rank rupture, which is a direct theoretical upgrade over A rank fire rupture Kamano? Is that what it is?
People say he fell off. Let's talk about it. Everyone kind of expected him to be an S rank character, but then boom, they announced he would be an A rank fire rupture. And as someone who was genuinely excited for him, that was a bit of a gut punch. To make matters worse, before he even dropped, they revealed Banyu, another Rapture unit.
Yeah, that's the reason. There was a post on Reddit about someone being very upset that Banwei was fire rupture, and they were saying that they should have made him physical rupture. Because why would they do Manato like that? It actually had a decent amount of comments on that post. Shilling for Banwei is shilling for Manato. That's true. That's true. Any fight that Banwei is good in, Manato should be good in, right? So that's also a very good thing.
It felt like Manato was in the cockchair before he had a chance to get his noodle wet. This is editing Jazzroy. I was browsing Instagram and I saw this very cute art of every Spook Shack member getting the A on Manato's coat and replacing it with an S.
Oh,
You're an A rank, but you're an S rank in our hearts and shit like that, and it was really cute. But I was thinking, if you're an artist, if you can draw, I would really like it if you draw the opposite version. And in this version, Banyu is absolutely
how long are we gonna stay on this picture?
Spook Shack member. The Spook Shack members are actually telling him, Manato, you disappointed us. Watch us enjoy some superior S rank dick. Fuck you, watch us, you little cuckold boy, wolf boy. Go take care of your orphans or whatever, bitch.
Oh my
Something
God.
like that. If you can draw that, I would be really grateful. Anyway, back to the video. But after actually playing him, I've got to say, I'm satisfied. He's fun, consistent, and fits well into the Rapture archetype and hasn't fallen off yet. None of the characters I've talked about so far fell off just because a better version exists. That's why I didn't mention Zhu Yuan, Jane, Soldier 11, or any other DPS being replaced. Most of them just got caught in a weird spot as the meta shifted. And this game's meta changes faster than the weather. Who knows? One day, maybe Ben Bigger really will outshine Miyabi. Editing Jazzroy here again. As you can see, I mentioned every class, but I didn't mention support because all of the supports are basically fine. I mean, I could put in Rina or Lucy, but at the same time, they are fine and they were never really in the spotlight.
Nah, that's not fair, Jazzroy. Nah. Nah, that's not fair. No. If you can put Manato, who literally just came out, you can put one of the supports. Nah. That is not how that works.
Anyway, so no one in the support class fell off. Please watch the rest. Just like how these characters age and fall off, one day we will too. We will get older, slower, maybe a younger dude will fuck our wife, so enjoy your life. While
Did he just say maybe a younger dude will fuck our wives? Oh my god.
you can touch some grass, try to get some pussy before you say you're gay, love your family, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and join the Discord. And as always, enjoy the meme at the end.
It was a meme? Okay. Okay, interesting. Interesting. I think Jazzroy makes funny videos. They're a little bit unhinged, but there's nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with a little bit unhinged shit. There he is. I didn't mean to send you that. Okay, I'm gonna delete that. Okay, there we go. Yeah, answer the question.
Why I did not put
No. Who is the no. Answer the question. Who is the support that fell off the most?
I guess Lucy.
What is this? Okay, we're going with Lucy.
I guess because I think Rina has some places, but Lucy fell off hardest, I guess.
Okay. Chat. The man has spoken. It is Lucy. Okay, there. I wasn't gonna be able to sleep at night if I didn't get my answer.
Yep, Lucy got cocked. Okay.
There's our answer.
I hope you can sleep.
Yeah, I'll be able to sleep now. Appreciate it, bro. Thank you.
No worries, bro.
All right. You keep being unhinged.
I will. See you later, man.
And next time we have a sniff battle, you're not winning.